We want to get everyone out of the wind, so if everybody could take a seat, would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
You good? Yeah, already. Hey, you look great. Let me see. I don't know what it is. There you go. Is this yours? Okay. Yeah. You're gonna speak first. All right, everybody, how we doing? We ready to start? All right. If you think this is cold, there's a blizzard up in Maine where I grew up right now happening, so we'll take this any day, right? Yeah. Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Packery Channel Restoration Project ceremony. I'm Peter Zanoni, Corpus Christi City Manager. We want to thank you for attending this monumental event as we celebrate the restoration and reconstruction of our Packery Channel. I'd like to start, though, by recognizing several of our distinguished guests that are here with us this afternoon, starting with U.S. Senator Ted Cruz. Senator Cruz. Jonathan Hune, South Central Regional Director from Senator John Cornyn's office. Yeah, okay. We have U.S. Representative Michael Cloud. Michael. We have FEMA Texas Recovery Officer Director Tracy Phillips. Tracy. Welcome home, Tracy. Miguel Rivera from Senator Juan Chuy Hinojosa's office. Yes, sir. Chairman Todd Hunter is here. Chairman. Yep. All right, Chairman. tell you what, if that was a contest, right? Cindy Gonzalez from Representative Abel Herrero's office. Cindy. Tatum Regional Section Chief, Region 3, John R. Oval. John. That's Nim Kidd's associate or assistant, right? Yes, sir. Simony Sanders from the General Land Office. And moving to some of our local officials, Mayor Paulette Guajardo is here. Yep, all right. District 4, Councilman Greg Smith. Councilman Smith. We have Councilman at Large John Martinez. Councilman at Large Michael Hunter. Yes, sir. And Councilman at Large Michael Pusley. Yes, sir. We have several county commissioners here. Nueces County Commissioner Brent Chesney. And County Commissioner Hernandez is here as well, County Commissioner. And then we have several from the company that's going to restore the channel, Callan Marine. We have the president, Maxie McGuire. Yes, sir. And Greg Harner, the COO from Callan. And then finally, Daniel Hellman, the senior coastal engineer from HGR, who helped to design the channel. Right here. That was a pretty long list of distinguished guests. We thank you for being here, both our federal and state and local level officials. What you see behind me is what we have seen here in Corpus Christi for the past 4 years. And we know it's unacceptable, and we're glad today we're celebrating finally the reconstruction of it. The long-awaited repairs to the channel and walkway will be restored. They were damaged, we know, by Hurricane Harvey. This past September, after assistance from our national and state delegation and the coordination from our city's Department of Intergovernmental Relations, especially Tammy Embry, Tammy Embry. We received notice that we were going to receive, or will be receiving, $13.5 million from FEMA to restore the channel. The total restoration is a $15 million project. That's pretty significant. And the 13.5 we will be receiving from FEMA will be matched from 1.5 million from our TERS, our Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone, here on the island, and the TERS board approved that funding as well. So the 1.5 from local taxes and the 13.5 from FEMA will help us to reconstruct this. We are very fortunate to have the partners I introduced this morning or this afternoon, and partners from FEMA, the Texas Department of Emergency Management, and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. We know that they care about Corpus Christi. And we're great to have them to help restore this asset behind me. I want to assure everybody that's here, our federal delegation, state, and our citizens of Corpus Christi, that we are committed to getting the channel restored. The Packery channel will be restored. And it'll be in great shape for many decades to come for us to enjoy, as well as our many visitors that come here each year. Before I turn it over to the mayor, let me recognize a few other partners who are integral to today's event. That includes Texas A&M Corpus Christi. I'm not sure if Dr. Miller's here. No, let's give her a round of applause anyway. A very important group in our environmental sustainability, the Coastal Bays and Estuaries Group. A little bit further south from here, the Padre Island National Seashore Group. Anybody hear from them? They were out on the waters earlier, that may be them. The U.S. Coast Guard, one of our partners. The city's Water Shore Advisory Committee. I saw several members from this group, the Island Strategic Action Committee, a local action committee of individuals that help us to set goals for the island. The United Chamber of Commerce, and as well as Visit Corpus Christi, all integral in helping us get to today where we are. We're going to hear from the construction company, so I won't spend too much time talking about their plans or goals, but this project will take about 18 months, and the work begins Monday. This coming Monday, the work will begin. In fact, the company is already mobilized. They have many assets here already. We're thankful that a local Texas company is doing the work. They understand our state, our beautiful state. They understand the job. What will be done is they will be repairing the revetment that you can see today that was damaged. There'll be new sidewalks, new bollards, new storm drains, handrails, and other structures will be installed for a total of $15 million. They know that the city means business. They know that they're going to complete it on time and within budget, right? And so 18 months from now, we're going to have a much different picture behind me. And we're thankful for Callan. It was a competitively built bid project. We're looking forward to their outstanding work. They have a great reputation, so thank you for being here today. With that, let me introduce our great mayor of the city of Corpus Christi, Mayor Paulette Guajardo.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all for being here. I would like to first begin by thanking our United States Senator Ted Cruz, who is here with us today from Washington, D.C. Senator, welcome to sunny Corpus Christi. Every other day of the year, it's sunny. So the groundbreaking of the Packery Channel Restoration Project is the beginning of a new era of economic development for the island. The Packery Channel is a man-made pass that separates Padre Island from Mustang Island. The Gulf waters that fill the Corpus Christi Bay and feed the adjacent freshwater wetlands and the marsh flow through this pass. And after a long and arduous process, the city received funding approval to begin restoration of the channel in September of 2021, after it endured significant damage during Hurricane Harvey in 2017. So after 4 years, FEMA obligated $13.5 million to repair and rehabilitate this beloved North Padre Island landmark. That deserves an applause. I want to thank our city, state, and federal leaders and staff that have helped to bring this project to its current status. I know it wasn't easy, and I'm honored to have you all as our partners. Together with the construction of Park Road 22 Bridge, Whitecap wastewater treatment plant improvements, and improvements projects in Billish and Duden Parks, among many other projects and initiatives, North Padre Island is on the horizon for economic development boom that we will have never seen before. And there are over $40 million worth of city projects planned or currently underway on this island. And these are all game changers for the economic development that you will see forthcoming. We greatly appreciate and we look forward to many more years of the channel and the island, providing a safe and beautiful place for families to fish, to gather, to sail, and to enjoy the many recreational activities that we have to offer. Today marks another day for Corpus Christi in beautifying our city, providing advancements in our infrastructure, and positively impacting the lives of those who live here and those who come to visit us. So Packery Channel is an important part of Corpus Christi's identity and character, and I'm delighted that we are working together to elevate one of our preeminent assets of our city, and this asset that we have to offer to all of you and your friends and family. So I look forward to seeing you all again here in a short 18 months, June of 2023, for the re-grand opening of Packery Channel and that ribbon cutting. Today is a very bold step for progress, and I look forward to stepping into this new era alongside all of you, because it is a new day in Corpus Christi. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Great job. So we're in City Council District 4. That's the location of the Packery Channel. We have 5 City Council districts in our city. And we'd like to have Councilman Greg Smith, the representative from District 4, come and speak now. Councilman has been a steadfast steward of making sure we get this project done. So Councilman, come on up.
Thank you, and thanks everybody to come out here. But one, I want to start out with a bone to pick. So John LaRue, the Corpus Christi Chamber of Commerce, you were supposed to have that Chamber of Commerce weather today, not yesterday. Oh, okay. 75 degrees and not a breath of wind on there, but hey, it's a great day anyway. And looking here at Packery Channel with it, this is very much the essence of who we are. What does this channel represent? We look at the surface on it, but what's below the water? That's providing oxygenated, good water flowing into our bays, circulating in our bays. We've got not only the fish, but we've got all the other organisms. If we went out right there, Terry could probably tell us from A&M, the larval, the zooplankton, everything that makes our environment. What is this city? It is our environment. It is our water. And a healthy Packery Channel is so important to that. And we had a Category 4 storm come through here in August. It was a hot time on there. It struck on there. It filled the channel up on there, caused destruction. A state rep came out to see his house on there, and it was gone. The channel was full. We lost that environmental. That was 105 years ago in the 1916 storm. After that, the community got together, tried to get the circulation going back in the past. We had Robert Clayburgh, the U.S. congressman at the time. He pushed it along with the state. They worked at the Corpus Christi Pass. It failed on there. We had efforts in the 40, understanding the importance of this circulation that we see right now. 2005, we finally did it. We got it. We had another storm come through in August on there, and we see the damage that it did. Now, we are learning, though. If you look at the damaged areas on there, I mean, they look bad, but look at the rocks that held the storm. Working with our federal partners, HDR, we're building back the revetments so they will withstand the $13.5 million that the federal government is committing to this, the $1.5 million that we're putting in there. We get that next inevitable storm come through, and this channel should survive without having to go back to the till again. What you see is value engineering at its worst over there. We didn't value engineer this project. We got it. But as we look back in that history, as we came through, it was locals, it was state, it was federal participation on there. Robert Clayburgh, U.S. Congressman on there. We also, John Nance Garner, Speaker of the House at one time, Vice President, very involved with that from the state. The state has always been involved with this from the local level on. And to get this project done, we brought that involvement back. Our federal partners working together, a jurisdictional issue that came up. I cannot tell you how much we owe to the team sitting up here, bringing those agencies together, getting it worked out. Once that was done, FEMA, you really came through. Getting there, getting us across the finish line. Tammy Embridge, Tammy, wherever you are, she on the city staff side, she lived, breathed, and died. I can't tell you how close we were to not getting that $13.5 million. But thanks to our partners, thanks to the federal help, the state working there, we did it. That's $13.5 million that we've got that we can help move this forward with it. And like the mayor said, it is a new day in Corpus Christi. And so much, so important to Corpus Christi is our water and our environment. Thank you for the new day. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. And John, do better on the weather next time.
Thank you, Councilman. The councilman talked about several disasters, and our city knows well how to handle those. We have a great organization, but we rely on agencies like TDM, our state partner. And so with us today, we want John Ovell. to speak a little bit to us about his interaction with this project.
Thank you, Peter. Good afternoon, everybody. I have to tell you that the fact that we're here today is a clear example of how collaboration works together. Everybody that was mentioned here today, we worked it every day to make sure this day happens. 4 years ago, Hurricane Harvey damaged Corpus Christi Packery Channel, but Harvey was no match to the strong and positive spirit of the city of Corpus Christi and everybody that's engaged. So we're excited to restore the Packery Channel back to its glory. One of the main responsibilities of the Texas Division of Emergency Management is to work closely with local jurisdictions, state agencies like GLO, and other federal partners to ensure Texas can successfully navigate through the recovery process and become more resilient. There have been challenges along the way, but TDEM has been working closely with our local partners and federal partners on getting the funding needed to restore this channel. This past September, FEMA authorized the funding and obligated over $13 million, like it was discussed, for this restoration. We're committed and continue to work and provide the effective response and recovery for any future disasters here in the great state. Our work does not end when a disaster like Harvey passes. Our work and commitment to protect life and property in Texas continues to help communities recover and help them through the disaster, but most of all, getting back into the recovery phase, as we see here today. Thank you, Madam Mayor, and everyone here today, and we hope to come back for the channel's inauguration in 18 months, right? All right, thank you, everybody, for their time.
Okay, now we'd like to move to our state delegation. We're going to have State Representative and Chairman Todd Hutter come on up and speak to us. Yes, sir.
I'd like to thank you and Senator Cruz for honoring me by dressing like me today for this. Hey, it's great to see everybody, and Greg, that was a great sermon you gave us. I want everybody to know, thanks to the Texas Game Warden, because Chesney's fishing license has expired. They'll be picking him up along with my son. Oh, it's great. Senator, it's great to have you here. Senator, let's hear it. Senator's been a friend of mine for over 12 years, and we very much appreciate the longtime friendship. And I also want to thank Jonathan, say hello to Senator Cornyn as well. We appreciate both of you being here and babysitting Congressman Cloud, who's up here. And I'm glad to be here at the Mayor Paulette Guajardo roast at Packery Channel. Joe Gazin, you'll be interviewing her. All I want to say is the less you talk, the more votes you get. But Padre Island, thank you. These are our Padre Island residents. From Port Aransas, Padre Island to Flower Bluff, this is the best zone we could have. This is a postcard, and what you're doing here today is great cooperation from federal, state, and local. And it's my honor to be here. And if you ever talk about working together, this is it. As we say in South Texas, trabajando juntos hacemos las cosas. And working together, we get things done. So, City Manager, thank you so much. Senator, Congressman, Mayor, every other elected official that I could list after Peter Zanoni, thank you. But I do want to thank everybody here. It is a glorious day to be in the city of Corpus Christi. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you so much, Representative. Now, it's always good to talk to those that have the money, right? And so we want to welcome up to the podium here Tracy Phillips from FEMA. Yes, ma'am. Come on up, Tracy.
Good afternoon. First of all, I want to thank the mayor and her team for inviting us here today. As a native of Corpus Christi, I'm particularly thrilled about this milestone that we've met together at Packery Channel. It is a very special place to all Corpus Christians who live here, work, and play in this area. So thanks for the invitation. We've been happy to participate with and want to certainly thank our federal, state, and local partners. Your teams have done fabulous jobs in making this milestone and getting you to this point. It's good to know, that was news to me, that 18 months, it'll be back and ready for action. So that's great to hear. In total, we've worked, there's the $13.5 million here for the project for Packery, and infrastructure in particular was struck pretty hard by Harvey all along the coastal bend. So it's been a lot of work bringing federal, state, and local resources together, but we're happy to report that approximately $31 million has been funded so far in infrastructure across all sectors in the city of Corpus Christi and surrounding area. So with that, we want to remain committed. Harvey's over, but hurricanes aren't. And in looking forward, we try to meet our mission every day at FEMA. And for those of us at the Texas Recovery Office in Austin in particular, we're paying real attention to what we can do before, during, and after storms to help make our communities more resilient, so perhaps the impacts to the local economy and citizens are not quite as impactful as we saw in Harvey. So we look forward to working with you all in the future, and thanks again for today.
Tracy, thank you so much. We look forward to you coming back. Now, just a quick side note here. When I was appointed city manager, I hadn't moved down here yet, but the day of the appointment, I got a call from U.S. Representative Michael Cloud. And he said, Peter, we're going to be working with each other quite a bit to help Corpus Christi. And I said, really? But we are. So it's an honor to welcome him up here. I've met and worked with him on several occasions in my nearly 3 years here. So Representative Cloud, come on up.
Well, thank you, Peter, and it's been great working with you over the last few years. And thank you, Tay, for sharing your hidden talent with us. Among your many talents, I didn't realize you also did sand sculpting. So that's great. But no, we knew that coming out of Harvey that it was going to take some years to recover. And whether that was Texans working together to help our neighbors, or what we've seen here, where we see the state, local, federal partners coming together to get things done. And as the chairman said, that's really what today's all about. Today's the beginning of us seeing the fruit of that come together, where we have a community here where we can do whatever it takes to make sure we're focusing on getting the job done for the people that we are here to serve. And so thank you for that. This, when it comes to a legislative standpoint or casework, was about as close as it comes to a buzzer beater. I don't know how many of y'all know this, but we, some of these times you get working through the federal government. It doesn't take nearly as quickly as those of us even serving in the federal government would like. So coming down to a deadline, we were even within 48 hours, and want to appreciate Senator Cruz for being here, and Senator Cornyn's office helped as well bring in the muscle it took to really to get this through and to get it approved. And thank you, Tatum and FEMA, not only for the work here, but throughout the community here, and all the efforts for many of the projects been done. This is a huge part and a big part of restoring the economic drivers and also the environment here along the Texas coast. And thank you, Senator, for taking the extra time. You got a lot of ground to cover, and thank you for being here to take some time and just show how important this, what we believe the jewel of the Texas coast here is. And so appreciate you being here. And thank you, community and everybody, state, federal, local partners, city, for doing everything we can to make this work for the American people and for our community. God bless.
Thank you, Representative Cloud. So we know Texas is great, right? And we know Corpus Christi is greater. right? You guys agree? Yeah, Mayor. The mayor does. But it's got to be to have a U.S. representative, a U.S. senator come and visit us in a very important event like this. And so we're saving the best to last to speak. And U.S. Senator Ted Cruz, please come and talk to us for a little bit.
Well, thank you, Peter. It is great to be back in Corpus. It is great to be back with so many friends, and it's great to be back at a time where we have something to celebrate. You know, we think back to 4 years ago when Hurricane Harvey hit the Gulf Coast, and it was a devastating time. The damage, all of us lived through it. The damage all up and down the Gulf Coast, from Corpus to Port Aransas to Aransas Pass to Rockport, Refugio to Victoria, Houston, Beaumont, all the way to Orange. We saw absolute devastation. But at the same time, I got to say, I've never been more proud to be a Texan than in the days and weeks and months after Hurricane Harvey, where we saw all of our communities come together in a way that was incredible. We saw just neighbors helping neighbors, Texans helping Texans. Every community up and down the Gulf Coast, we saw people, if somebody's house was destroyed, you helped them out and they stayed in your bedroom. If somebody was hungry, we saw church groups that would set up barbecue grills and just feed everybody in town. We saw people that would jump on their boats and go rescue people in their flooded homes. And it was a moment where the spirit of Texas, when you pulled someone out of harm's way, when you pulled someone out of distress, no one asked what their race was, what their ethnicity was. No one asked if they were a Democrat or Republican. No one asked their religion. You just helped your neighbor. And it was it was a powerful moment defining who we are as Texans and Americans. You look at the damage, Packery Channel, that the storm did, it was significant, and it's taken too long to fix. But I'll tell you, my team and I have worked hand in hand with Mayor Guajardo, before her Mayor McComb. We've worked with Senator Cornyn, we've worked with Congressman Cloud, working to ensure that the federal resources are there to help our communities rebuild. Thank you for the good work FEMA does. Thank you for the good work the Army Corps of Engineers does. And my team and I, we have spent literally thousands of hours working with every community up and down the Gulf Coast as we rebuild, as we come back. And Michael was talking about some of the bureaucratic bumps. Look, Washington's not an easy place. There's a whole lot of bureaucracy, and there were about a dozen times that this restoration project was on the rocks. And it didn't look like it was going to come through. And there were about a dozen times that we rolled up our sleeves and we worked harder, and together we got it done. It's great to be back in Corpus also, because Corpus really is a jewel on the Texas Gulf Coast. It's an extraordinary community, really the gateway to South Texas. It's a community, it is an energy boomtown in an incredible way. As a Houstonian, I'm proud to say Corpus is the #1 exporter of crude oil in the country. That's a big damn deal. It's producing jobs. We're also seeing tourism growing as people come to appreciate the beautiful Texas beaches. And Greg, you don't got to apologize that it's cold. We all own winter coats. We wear them about twice a year. But there's got to be a reason to pull it out of the closet. But this is a chance really to celebrate. It's a chance to celebrate rebuilding. It's a chance to celebrate restoration. And Mayor, the only thing, and I got to thank you because right before this, you and I, we had lunch and had some great Corpus seafood, which I won't say she personally caught because the game warden's here. I don't want to get you in trouble. But I will say one bit of advice. It sounds like you got a great team working on the restoration. I just hope you bring on as a project engineer whoever did the sandcastle. Because my girls are 11 and 13, and that's one of the coolest sandcastles I've ever seen. So I'm thrilled to be back. God bless you, and congratulations. I look forward to a year and a half from now, all of us celebrating the brand new, rebuilt Packery Channel. God bless.
Senator, thank you so much. That was great. That concludes our speakers for this event, and now we're going to ask them to come up, and we're going to hand you a shovel. This is going to be our groundbreaking. We hate to mess with it, but yeah. 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 Don't touch the front yet. I know. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Say it. Go.
Okay, there'll be two groups. Yeah. Councilman Posley. Yeah, we're gonna change it for.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see.
Posley.
Okay. Excuse me, folks. We're going to actually do two different. We're going to do two different photos. So the first group is Councilman Pusley, Mayor, Councilman Smith. Are they up there? Ovell, Hunter, Michael Hunter, Representative Hunter, Phillips, Cloud, Cruz, and Chesney. Yeah. Yeah. Well, who's in group two? Council members? Okay.
You need a shovel?
I have one more shovel.
Want to be on the end? Or?
Pick this up.
Three, two, one. Throw it. You want to do one more? All right, we'll do one more. Dig it in there. This is a Happy New Year. Dig it in there. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. There's a. All right, thank you.